This is WAEC June 2020 General Mathematics Paper 2, and we are answering question number 8A, and the question says, Mrs. Maureen spent 1/4 of her monthly income at the shopping mall, 1/3 at the open market, and 2/5 of what remains at the mechanic workshop. If she had 225,000 left, the question asks is to find Roman 1, her monthly income, and number 2, the amount she spent at the open market. So let's attempt to answer this very question together. Solution to the problem. What you do first is to let X or any other letter to stand out to represent the monthly income. So if I let X to be the monthly income of this Mrs. Maureen, now, so the remaining amount after these two expenditures will now be equals to X. That is her monthly income, which I let here X, minus X over 4. That is 1/4 of her income, the amount spent at the shopping mall. I'll also subtract X over 3. X over 3 now represents the amount she spent at the open market, because it says 1/3 at the open market. 1/3 of the monthly income, which is this X. So you have X over 3. So subtracting X over 4 and X over 3 from this X, if you did correctly using LCM 12, you're going to have 5X over 12. This will now be the fraction of her monthly income that remains after spending at the shopping mall and at the open market. So let's just proceed. Amount spent at the mechanic workshop, which from the question says is 2/5 of what remains after spending at the mall and at the open market. And what remains is this 5X over 12. Therefore, amount spent at the mechanic workshop will now be 2/5 multiplied by 5X over 12. That is 2/5 of 5X over 12. If you do this multiplication correctly and reduce the fraction to lowest term, you're going to have X over 6. This will now be the fraction of her monthly income that she spent at the mechanic workshop. Let's get the total amount she spent. So total amount spent, that is X over 4 at the shopping mall, X over 3 at the open market, and X over 6 at the mechanic workshop. Adding these three fractions correctly give 9X over 12 using LCM 12. So what we do is to get the amount left. Of course, it's given 225,000 naira. So the amount left would now be her monthly income minus the total amount she spent, which is 9X over 12. So subtracting 9X over 12 from this X, if you did correctly using LCM 12 and reduce the fraction to its lowest term, you are going to have X over 4. And substituting the amount left, because it's given 225 here, so you have 225,000 equals to X over 4. Now find X. X, remember, is the monthly income, which we are asked to find in question Roman 1. So solving this equation, we just cross multiply. X times 1 at the bottom of this to 2500, then 4 times 225,000. You now have X equals to 900,000. So this will now be her monthly income. So question number 1 has been answered. We move to question number 2. Question number 2, that we asked to find the amount she spent at the open market, which already the question says is 1/3 of the income. And this income is now 900,000. So amount spent at the open market is now going to be 1/3 multiplied by 900,000. Multiplication of these two numbers correctly gives it 300,000. So amount spent at the open market is now 300,000. And that answered all the two questions. Let me just share with you quickly the mark distribution for this very question as it is there in the marking scheme. The very first mark is method 1 mark, and that method 1 mark is attempting to get the fraction of her monthly income that remains after spending at the mall and at the open market. So you have this method 1 mark. And when you have the fraction of that her monthly income as 5X over 12 correctly, you have this accuracy 1 mark. You now have also fraction representing the amount she spent at the mechanic workshop as x over 6. You have this bonus 1 mark. And when you now attempted to find the amount left by subtracting the total expenses from her total monthly income, that is x minus 9x over 12, you have this method 1 mark. And when you now have the fraction of the amount left of her monthly income as x over 4, you have this bonus 1 mark. And when you now solve this very equation by cross multiplying and have x exactly as 900,000, that is her monthly income, you have this accuracy 1 mark. Next mark is attempting to get the amount she spent at the open market 1 over 3 times the monthly income 900,000. You have this method 1 mark. And when you now have the final answer of the amount she spent at the open market, exactly 300,000 naira, you have this accuracy 1 mark. So in total, if everything is answered correct in this very question, you now have 8 good marks.